Welcome! Today we're continuing the Gintama journey with episode 141 and 142. I'm really excited for those two episodes because this arc, Yoshiwara arc or whatever it's called, has been pretty damn amazing and it's just so much fun. Can't wait to get into the next few episodes. As always, if you enjoy the content I'm making and you want to support the channel, you can head over to my Patreon. Link in the description down below. Also, join the Discord server if you want to discuss any kind of anime related or anything related topics. And subscribe if you want to see more and you haven't yet. So let's get into episode 141 of Gintama. Every episode so far of this arc has been packed with themes and information, world building. It's too much. It's too much to talk about. I think I'm gonna have to rewatch those episodes because I just can't grasp everything that is, every little detail that is put into these episodes. And that's just, yeah. Kudos to the writing, the mangaka, and the direction of the anime. Wow. Just briefly, the fight between Kamui and Hosen, the Night King. That was one of the best fights. For sure. And one of the highest tier fights. We have not really, well, kind of, but not really. Gintoki was always involved, but we haven't seen a fight where Gintoki wasn't involved and was between two heavy hitters like Hosen and Kamui. Wow. Yeah, that fight. And now about, well, the central, the focus of this episode was Hosen and Kamui. Also their relationship. And it was a surprise to me that Hosen was Kamui's master. And I just rewatched a bit of the episode to, as I said, it's too much to all take in at once. You have to let it sit, watch it again. But I missed that in the reaction. Hosen also created the 7th division of the Harusame pirates and just left Kamui to do all of the work, left him as the commander. And I would be interested in knowing more about how this whole chain of command works with the Harusame pirates and also the Bakufu, and how exactly they are connected and related, because there is a lot of stuff there that has not been revealed, which is so good because, as you know, I like some mystery. Yeah. I don't know where to continue. Let me think. Yeah, the relationship. He was his master. And after while rewatching it, I got the feeling that Kamui was talking down on Hosen because he kind of feels this inner turmoil, this also disappointment and anger towards Hosen for leaving him and for also, well, yeah, leaving him and all the other Yato, but also for withering away, as he said, or not really, just building his own kingdom, isolating himself down there in the underground of Edo, leaving all of them to their stuff and just completely shutting himself off from coming all of the other Yato like it's nothing, apparently. Yeah, that was very interesting. Kamui is such an interesting character. There was so much personalization going on in this episode between those two. I'm thinking that someone has to have written some kind of essay about Kamui and Hosen and about this arc in general. I mean, there's so much, so much. Kamui is, as I said, I hate those guys that always have a smile on their face when they're being injured or when they injure someone. That just kind of makes me angry. I want to punch them in the face. And Kamui is almost no different. But I mean, he's an overpowered character, and he has the right to be so arrogant and so condescending because he is damn fucking strong. He is flourishing, and I'm thinking nearing his prime, or is in his prime. So for him, and in general for the Yato, fighting is almost everything. And I think Kamui is someone who personifies that, the spirit of the Yato, true warrior fighting spirit, and to compare themselves with others and compete for who's the strongest. Kamui is a good personification, reflection of that Yato spirit. He's the embodiment of that. So of course he is so angry and disappointed towards Hosen, because Hosen has neglected himself, his own strength, his own body, his own mind. I wonder why though. What made him... Was it explained? Forgive me if I forgot that, if it was mentioned or explained, but there's just too much, as I say. Well, anyway, it would be interesting to know what is the exact reason that Hosen left all of them and built this underground city and his own kind of, empire. He's also a very, very interesting character. That question he asked himself, how is it that I'm withering away even though, or shriveling up even though the sun doesn't shine here? That was, wow, powerful words. Yeah, the sun. I think the sun is the very central theme of this whole arc. Light and darkness. And how artificial the light in Yoshiwara is. No one there really connects with themselves and is themselves. Are is themselves. Is who they really are. They're putting on a mask, which is even more transcendental. The word is slipping away. Because no, I'm not gonna get into that. We're all wearing a mask in our life, and we don't really know that, and not just the superficial mask, but the mask behind the mask. Yeah, that's too complicated right now, and I don't want to get into that. But everyone's wearing a mask in Yoshiwara, and especially the women. They are not happy, not content, fulfilled with life, but they appear to the customer as so wonderfully satisfied and joyous because they have to be. That is their job, and that's also who they are down there. And the only light sources are from light bulbs, candles, but not from the sun. It's very powerful. I really like the writing that is done here. It's very complex and very philosophical. Yeah. Oof. Tsukuyo's wish to see the sun for herself, a very emotional moment. And I want her to see it. I want her to join, well, not really join, but when the Yorozue come back up to the surface, that she is with them. I'm pretty sure that's gonna happen at the end of the arc, and we're gonna see her experiencing the sun in a very long time. A very long time. It's like she doesn't know it. She doesn't know what it is and what it looks like. She kind of implied that herself, right? Yeah. That will be a great moment when we get to see that, and her just being awestruck by the beauty of life, of the sun. And the sun is a metaphor for the light of life. The light of life. Oh, that sounds beautiful. Yeah. Mm. It's all so good and interesting. I'm really, really digging it. Really thoroughly enjoying it. Yeah, let's get into the next episode, 142. This arc just keeps getting better and better. There is pretty much no end to it. Another almost masterful episode. The writing, the action, the direction, soundtrack, everything, voice actors, as always. Everything comes together so well and creates this amazing experience of, yeah, just just an amazing experience of an experience. Yeah, Kagura stole the show in this episode. She, wow, so much more characterization to her. I feel like it's been a long time, except for that Rain episode, the Smile episode, which is one of my favorites. She hasn't gotten too much focus in terms of character progression, development, or rather character focus, like her feelings, her thoughts, her emotions, what she's going through. But this episode just gave me what I wanted. Everything I wanted. There's this, and it has never been this apparent, the inner struggle she has with her lineage, her ancestry, her Yato blood, and her desire to to be separate from that, to protect her family, her friends. I'm saying family in terms of, well, her father, yes, but more so Gin and Shin, because in my opinion, they are a family, not just good friends, much more than that. Yeah, that the inner struggle, it's so interesting. It gives her so much more depth. Yeah, I loved her before, but I feel like at the end of this arc, I'm gonna adore her. And then I will see why she is so damn. I mean, I can already see why she's so damn popular, but this makes it, yeah, raises the stakes. And her as a human being, as a living being, and as a character. Wow. And this inner struggle, it's very interesting because this whole time she tried to suppress it, tried to not get overwhelmed by it or sucked into it. There's well, inner demon, just like with Gin, they all have this kind of inner demon. In a different context, of course, with a different backstory, but it's there for so many characters. Kind of reminds me of Guts. Well, whatever. Aside from the Omibozu arc, there hasn't really been many times we explored her deeper desires and feelings. She's always been this strong-willed woman. She's a girl, but to me, she also, she's childish most of the time. But there's a maturity to her that we don't see in many other characters. That's at least my perception of her. She's always this kind of happy-go-lucky, if that's what you call it. Always putting on a smile, and many times it's genuine, the smile, just like in the Rain episode. But this gives more context to, well, maybe she's not always happy, but she does smile. Maybe she's fighting with her own feelings, thoughts, and emotions, but we just don't get to see that. It kind of gives you a new perspective of her. Wow. that is good writing, guys. That is good writing. And in order to save Shin, and that situation was so tense. I didn't know how they were gonna get out of there, but I had a feeling that she was gonna give in to all her rage and her inner strength and power, pure destructive power, and we got to witness that. Wow. Wow. I mean, the whole fight between her and, did we get to know his name? I don't know, but the subordinate of Kamui, amazing fight. Yeah, and she released all of her power. And she was so like a completely different person, right? This other mask she put on, masks, just like I mentioned before, and she became so ravenous. If I think I can use that word here, ravenous, and also just completely insane. The creepy, distorted smile that she was wearing, and her fucking eyes. Oh my god, that's fucking scary as fuck. Sorry for cursing so much, but yeah, it just takes you back. Oh, Kagura, what the hell? Is that really you? Just like Shin said, is that really the Kagura we know? Wow. Yeah, she gave into that. And I really thought she was not gonna kill him. She was gonna fight that urge. But she actually tried. She actually tried. And the only thing that held her back was Shin. And I don't really know how that was possible. Like, that's one of the two things that didn't sit right with me from this episode. Like, him holding her back. Like, I mean, even if she's not in that rage beast Yato mode, she can't be held back by Shin. There's just no way. Especially in that mode. So that didn't make sense to me, but, well, I mean, a few inconsistencies are alright. I don't have a problem with that. Yeah. Just strengthens the connection and bond between Shin and her. Like him rattling her and getting her back to her real self. Getting those memories back. Powerful and emotional moment. Yeah, and about that subordinate of Kamui. I liked him before, but when he saved Shin and Kagura, and his monologue was very impactful. And it made me like him so much more. The other gripe I have with his episode was him falling and falling and falling and talking and talking and still falling. But well, it was necessary for conveying the monologue and all of that stuff. Well, it could have been made so that it was in slow motion when he was falling and he was just thinking it to himself. I also kind of got the feeling the reason why he saved them was because he sensed their bond and was so impacted by that he knew it was worth, or at least trying to save them was worth it. And maybe he saw himself in there, himself and Kamui, or some other person he was close to at some point, and that's why he saved them. Could be, who knows? But the fact still is he did save them, which is wow. Once he was an enemy, and now he still not a friend, but not the real enemy anymore. Now, he could be dead, which I would be fine with, because it feels like what he said at the end was very powerful, and it made a good ending to this character. But I would also not dislike it if he turned up again, even though it would make the moment less impactful. Because he's just such a good character and a cool character. And the voice actor is amazing, so yeah. Yeah, and just about Tsukuyo. Yeah, I mean, she has been amazing from the start. And she just keeps going. Getting more and more interesting. It's also very self-reflective. She was just caging herself, which is true, I think. But she also really, I think, genuinely tried to protect, the mother. You know, the courtesan. Forgot her names. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah. I really thought for a second, wait, how is she gonna survive it? But her subordinates, the Hyaka, were so touched by her. And she is their leader. They never really had loyalty to Hosen and Yoshiwara, just like her, but more towards Tsukuyo. And that made them drop their weapons. Yeah. 10 out of 10. 9 out of 10 episode. Not quite perfect, but very close. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this reaction. If you did, leave a like. Comment down below what you think about this episode. These 2 episodes. And subscribe if you haven't yet. So, enjoy your day. Take care and bye.